I know you guys are always after the best fragrance recommendations, so here are some 10 out of 10 fragrances I will never stop recommending. Ever. Never, ever. Unless they get reformulated and become shadows of their former selves, but that never happens in the fragrance industry, right? I've done a couple of videos like this in the past, but I'm always getting new fragrances in, and a lot of those are, in my opinion, 10 out of 10 fragrances. So I thought I'd just do a little update. Here are some more recent fragrance releases that I consider to be 10 out of 10 and that I would like to recommend to you and that I will never ever stop recommending unless they get reformulated. This first one's had quite a lot of hype the last couple of years, and I did jump on the hype wagon. Is that a thing? Hype wagon? Anyway, I jumped on it and I bought this, and I'm very glad I did because I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. It's Louis Vuitton's Imagination. There aren't too many fragrances that I will use as much as this in such a short period of time, but this last 6 months or so, I've just been reaching for this a lot. I've been reaching for this so much because I've just enjoyed wearing it so much, and it is so versatile. It works in so many different situations, and I think other people think it smells great. There's quite a bit going on in here which makes it so good, but I don't think it's too complex that many people who aren't into fragrances can't really enjoy this. I think that's one of the appeals of this scent, is its mass appeal. So when you wear this, you can really enjoy wearing it yourself, and most of the people around you are really going to enjoy it as well. It's a pretty clean citrusy fragrance. There's some florals in here, a bit of neroli, gives it a little bit of a soapy quality. There's a tea note which adds a little bit of extra bite to the scent, and then some olibanum, so you get this resinous quality giving the fragrance a lot of depth. So clean, fresh citrus, really interesting tea note in the mid, and then some depth of that incense giving it a mysterious quality. So it ticks a lot of boxes. Good for any time of year, good for any occasion. Whenever you want to smell like a 10, try Louis Vuitton's Imagination. I was recently faced with a tough decision. I was going down to London and I knew I wanted to wear an Amouage fragrance. So it was between Purpose 50 and this fragrance, but I think I made the right decision. Wahaha, yes, you only come here for the jokes. This one's got cardamom, bergamot, pink pepper, frankincense, juniper, myrrh, and vanilla. This and Purpose 50 are both Quentin Biche fragrances, and they are both Biche mode fragrances. Biche mode fragrances, both really strong, but I would say Purpose 50 is even stronger. It's a little sharper. I think that one is nuclear. I would say that is a super strong fragrance. This one is still strong, still Biche mode. It's not quite as far-reaching, not quite as nuclear as Purpose 50. There are certain similarities between this and Purpose 50. You can certainly tell that Quentin has composed both these fragrances. They're quite incensey, but I would say that this is a little more rounded, a little sweeter, maybe got a little more of a fruitier profile than Purpose 50. So I think it's a bit easier to wear and a bit more versatile, but it still packs a punch. And the reason I made the decision to wear this one is because I was going to sit on a train, and I have been on a train down to London before wearing Purpose 50. I may or may not have sprayed way too much of it, but I was pretty self-conscious that I was smelling out the whole carriage. Everybody in that car, well, probably everyone in the train was smelling me, and that's partly my fault that I sprayed too much on, but you want your fragrance to last all day, even if it is a pretty strong one. So I went with this because I thought it was a better option for the train. I knew it would still have the longevity I needed for the rest of the day, and I just think this smells exquisite. Masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Certain people have mixed opinions on the House of Creed, what they say about their history, how long they've been going for, the prices of their fragrances, reformulations. But there are certain things about this house you cannot deny. There are some incredible fragrances that come from them, and I think this is one I've had relatively recently that I consider a 10 out of 10, Absolu Aventus. Currently the best version of Aventus, in my opinion. I like that it's a little spicier, a little darker, a bit more robust, brings a little more attitude to the Aventus DNA over the original Aventus. I feel like Creed did the same with this that Dior did with Sauvage. They took the original Sauvage, they darkened it up, they made it spicier, they made it shoutier, and they made it stronger. And that's what's happened with this. It's the Aventus DNA with all those extra things, and those extra things make it just a little bit better for me at the moment than Aventus. So of all the Aventus-y fragrances that I own, and there's quite a few, this is the one I'm reaching for the most because it just works every time for me. It's got the performance, it's the best smelling of all of them. If you're interested in the Aventus DNA, go into a store and try it, because this, to me, is a 10. I think this fragrance some of you might be sick of me talking about, but I just can't stop talking about it because I can't stop recommending it. This is a 10 out of 10 fragrance from one of my favourite niche houses, Parfums de Marly. It's Althaïr. I didn't buy this one straight away. I was a little bit late to the party, but I saved up my pennies and I purchased this one, and I am so glad I did, because when I smelled it, and I hadn't smelled it before I bought it, I was blown away. This sort of scent DNA is right up my street. It's sweet, it's creamy, but it's not just those things. It's got some depth, it's got a little bit of a smoky, woody quality to it as well. It's so addictive. The warming spices, the creamy, indulgent vanilla, the creamy, indulgent praline, the intensity of the woods. This is composed by Hamid Marathi Kashani, who also composed Leighton, which is a compliment magnet. And I think this is the same. It's a very different smelling fragrance, but I think this is just equally as addictive. Smells great, performs great, gets the compliments. It's a 10. This is another fragrance that has got a lot of love over the years, so much positivity, but I didn't have it in my collection. I was about to pull the trigger until the brand reached out a few days later and asked if they could send me the sort of new rebranded bottle version of this scent from YSL. It's Tuxedo. We got some violet leaf, bergamot, rose, black pepper, lily of the valley, patchouli and vanilla. When they slightly rebranded this, the scent is the same, but they changed the label on the bottle for it to say Tuxedo Sharp Patchouli. There's definitely patchouli in here, but I wouldn't say it's the dominant note, and it's a pretty smooth, sophisticated fragrance, so I'm not quite sure it's sharp, unless they mean sharp in the way as in you smell sharp if you dress sharp wearing this fragrance. Maybe it's that sort of sharp. There is a little bit of that Dior's Fahrenheit violet leaf leathery combo going on, that slight gasoline, nowhere near to the same degree as in that fragrance, but there's a bit of that, so you get that sort of attitude. I also get a little bit of smooth, beautiful booziness from this, maybe a little bit of cognac. Anyone else get that from this fragrance? It's a stunning fragrance. I've loved wearing this. I think it's a masculine masterpiece. Very soon, we have the extrait version of this fragrance. I cannot wait. I can only assume that will be an 11 out of 10 that I will never stop recommending. This fragrance pleased me greatly, which was a little bit of a surprise because the one that came before this pleased me, but not greatly. Little bit of spicy nutmeg, a sprinkling of fresh peppermint, some dark, robust coffee, slightly lipsticky iris, and creamy vanilla and sandalwood. The version of Society that came before this I thought was nice. I thought it was pretty pleasant. It didn't blow my mind. So when I smelled this one, I was expecting a similar thing, because often when something gets labeled as intense or extreme, it's just another cash-in opportunity for that brand to produce something similar but not really that different. I think this is that different. I think this actually earns its name extreme, whether it smells extreme in terms of strength or whether it's just extremely good. I'm going to allow its label of extreme. I love this. I think it's stronger than the version that came before this. I think it's more interesting. I love the addition of the coffee note. It's not a dominant note. It doesn't overtake the fragrance. It's just there, adding some texture, adding some firepower, a little bit of that sexy iris, a bit of fresh, clean spiciness, that sprinkling of mint. This just works so well. Everything comes together in this scent to make it a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Excellent stuff here from Givenchy. We do have the sport version of this coming very soon, which may be a 10 out of 10 as well. If that sport fragrance makes me run faster and lift heavier, it will definitely be a 10 out of 10, just like this one. You got a problem with my 10s? You think some of these aren't 10s? Then come at me. Let me know in the comments why not and why you don't like them, because I think these are all fantastic. But also please bear in mind, this is all opinion based, obviously. This is my opinion. So what I think is a 10 out of 10 fragrance, you might not, or you might think it's even more, 100 out of 10, for example. But this is just a little bit of a nudge for you to maybe go in store, smell these fragrances if you haven't already, and see if they work for you. And if you think they're a 10 out of 10 like I do, then both of us are awesome. Let me know what some of your 10 out of 10 fragrances that you've picked up recently are, because if I haven't tried them, I would love to. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a like. It really helps. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.